Figure TV. The war in Chicago on fire after they hit on Lil Durk's right hand. Man, before we get into content, be sure to wipe your feet. That means hit the like button. You in the house of revolution. Like, share, subscribe, support the platform, y'all. Let's get right into it.
Nobody wins when the family feels. You don't know who baby is. 06, Warline, OTF the family. Even my barber, I'ma tell on my man. They ain't never have enough evidence. Tell them BayZoo out they can. I call aim.
Hey, King Von, what's up, gang? You already know I be coming, man.
So what you on, bro? We finna tee the streets up.
Yeah, I see you drop the song, Beat the Body or whatever. That's what bro right here, Zoo.
Yeah, feature Zoo in front of me and Zoo Beat the Body.
Real members, man. Official made out this shit. You know how that shit goes.
So where y'all get the concept of that song from, as far as?
I was real life, you know? That's what happened.
I ain't know shit. I see you, Chuck. I ain't talking about outside. No, you ain't outside. You in the crib. I mean, somebody crib, but I'm just been outside. Man, you don't even drink, man. You're a kid. Stop acting like you really drinking, man. I'm trying to catch your ass drunk.
What did you consider respect? We on live with him, kicking it with
You're
him?
on live, and it was just like, you know, you were kind of talking to each other, but there were other moments where it felt like you respected him.
I did. I ain't gonna sit there and flag like they be saucing Melly up. That's what I Melly up. Like, yeah, they be putting emphasis on shit, but I let them do what they do, gang. I ain't here to say nobody or not. You feel me? It is what it is. But
all right, GSW 4 times. All right, 10-4. This is a video of male 1, and he's currently unconscious.
Fam, imagine this. You spend half your life around guns, money, and music, but only one of them really saves you. You make it out the city, beat a murder charge, see your brother blow up in the music industry, and think maybe, just maybe, you finally outran the life you came from. But in this world, fam, ain't no such thing as outrunning it. Because when you live by it, you die by it. It ain't just me saying that, or you. The rapper we talk about today already knew that.
Yeah, they say like 33, folks. I'm down for the trenches, man. They know this. That's how it go. Live by the gun, die by the gun. For sure. I know that already. I ain't talking. Whatever you got coming to you. I swear to God, I heard. Don't be sad. I heard a lot of y'all ass, but my son, I know what's coming to me. Y'all just gotta get there. Did you just say stop a criminal?
Now, what if I told you that the same man who once stood beside Lord Durk and King Von in one of the most talked about murder cases to ever come out of Atlanta just became the last one gone? Technically, we're talking about THF BayZoo, one of the most respected and some say feared names to come out of Chicago's South Side, connected to OTF 600 and Lamron, a man who not long ago was still fighting his own battles, going live with his opposition, having footage of him getting into altercations in jail, and standing tall through every rumor, every headline, and every court date. But within the last 24 hours, everything changed. Late last night, social media lit up with reports that THF BayZoo had been gunned down. Clips and comments started to fly. Some saying he was fighting for his life, others saying it was all a lie. But by the next morning, it was confirmed that THF BayZoo was gone. And when I seen the confirmation myself, I figured it was only right to tell his story, pay our respects, and hopefully somebody watching this learns from the road he took, because his life, fam, is a mirror of what the streets give and what they take away. Now, before we get into deep detail about this, there's already speculation that this may be tied to 2 stolen watches, already belonging to a Chicago rapper who once moved close with OTF. That's something we covered about a month ago. I'll leave the link in the bio, but as of right now, that's just speculation. But what we do know, and what we always said on this channel, in the streets, there's no such thing as forgiving, especially when a body drops. So until that's confirmed, it could be anybody behind it. So in this video, we're going to go over who THF BayZoo really was, according to public records, the cases that followed his name, his connections to Lord Durk and King Von, his arrest at Lord Durk's mansion, and what led up to his final night that ended it all. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I won't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're going to jump right to it. To really understand THF BayZoo, you got to understand the era he came up in. We're talking early 2010 Chicago, the height of what the world would later call the drill era. You had Chief Keef putting the sound on the map, Lord Durk and Lord Reese catching national attention, and young sets from every block trying to make a name off music, street reputation, or both. BayZoo wasn't new to that life. He was one of the older figures from THF set, short for Trigger Happy Family. Some consider him a chief of THF. THF wasn't just some rap crew. They was known in the streets. They go by THF 46. It's allegedly a set of mainly black disciples, but also with some gangster disciples. The exact territory of THF 46 is large, ranging from 44th to 48th, Cottage Grove to Lake Park. You see, back then, the younger guys like King Von, D-Thing, and Lord Durk looked up to people like
BayZoo was a Mickey Cobra. He wasn't a black disciple. He was a Mickey Cobra. A lot of these cliques is mixed.
The ones who survived before the world even knew what drill music was. He was known to pop out in the trenches, show love to the youngins, but at the same time, he had that street credibility you couldn't fake. Now, before THF BayZoo name became global, he had his first major public beef that was known outside the city, and it was with none other than 051 Melly, one of the most well-known and unpredictable figures from the Chicago 051 Young Money sets. That tension between THF and 051 had been bubbling for years, but with multiple losses on both sides, when Melly started dissing Zoo and members close to OTF publicly, Zoo responded and went viral. Now, before we hear that viral live from THF BayZoo and 051 Melly, I want to talk about one of the murders that happened before that live that made it go viral. See, back in 2015, 051 Melly had got shot in the foot. He even tweeted about it, saying, "My effort hurt so bad, man." And he also posted a picture of his foot. Now, it was rumored that there was a bag on his head from his opposition. And the person that allegedly shot him in his foot was a 15-year-old who went by the name of THF Raheem. But unfortunately, back in May of 2015, Raheem Dameron, aka THF Raheem, was gunned down at around 8:15 p.m., leaving a Golden Fish and Chicken restaurant and walking near 45th Street and Cottage Grove Avenue with 4 other 14 and 15-year-old boys and other witnesses when 4 or 5 shots were fired from a silver sedan, leaving him DOA. May Raheem rest in peace and love condolences to his family. Later that month, a 051 affiliate was arrested. Arias Fitch, 20 years old at the time. He was arrested on the 6900 block of South Paxton Avenue and was charged with first-degree murder. Now, he ended up telling. He was later released in 2023 and resulted in. And that was one of many murders. And I figure I'd tell you that so you can get some clarity on why that live went viral. And before I play this live, I'll tell you another fun fact. THF Raheem was cousins with FBG Durk. He was at the funeral alongside THF BayZoo. And we all know THF BayZoo was connected to Lord Durk and 300. So people were saying the connection there was kind of weird. But check out this live.
I ain't no shit. I see you, Chuck. I ain't talking about outside. No, you ain't outside. You in the crib. I mean, somebody's crib, but I've just been outside. Man, you don't even drink, man. You're a kid. Stop acting like you really drinking, man. I'm trying to catch your ass drunk. Not happening. I'm trying to catch you drunk.
You look that good dinner, man.
But I'm drunk. I'm be super prepared, man. Your ass be out here. I was drunk. I was just drunk recently. Your ass be out here loose. Right here. Like a thought. Hey, I'm ready to catch your ass drunk. I ain't gonna catch you. You with the gang? You with the gang? Huh? Gang? Y'all all type of shit, man. I don't even know how to throw the wires up. How you throw all that? It's all y'all type of shit. Come on, don't start that. Y'all all type of shit now, man. Man, stop that, man. We're gonna keep it real. We all type of shit. Touch Buddy, 757. What else y'all is, man? That's gang now, all them gang. Man, that's gang on my ass, man. Y'all might still go up north and recruit. You hear me? Nah, see, that's what I'm saying to you. You can't say that because it was y'all was just, before you tell y'all was just Dog Pound, The Foggy, Brain Dead. All of them was in this video. This ain't what you want. I had everybody in that video. Stop that, man. Who the sick clicked up with? Yes, you would. Well, and look, we don't want to be real, for we even to be on here not being real, bro. I just said before you went to jail, bro. Y'all got that bad, though. Man, listen, before you went to jail, now if you came home, you might ain't fucking with all of them. But that's what I'm saying. Before you went to jail, block that you just said, besides probably certain individuals, we don't do no clicking, boy, on car. That was the outside looking in. That's y'all thought. That's why y'all put up with everybody. Oh no, shit! They fuck whatever. Man. Don't backdoor some of the. You can't say You can't say Jaro and Young Money been 10 years. You can't say 35th. 35th. You said 757. That's the only block, but all the other shit. 35th? How 35th wasn't? 35th was nobody's 2011-12, man.
Man, you can't.
You know that, they know that. That's the youth. That's the youth. Right. What you on though, gang?
I don't know shit. I'm chilling, man.
You ain't getting off the work today, bro.
Yeah, man, I'm into
they smirking and smiling shit, bro. I'm funny to you, bro.
Cause you keep asking what I'm on, man. I'm chilling, man. I can't be happy. That's what I'm gonna be. I'm always happy.
You always be smiling, bro. All right, think your ass converted to man.
Man, get your goof ass out of here, man.
Hell no. I'm bored, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm dry, man. I'm tired of this shit, man. I'm finna move to Mexico, man. Start a new life, bro. I'm scared.
Oh, no, I ain't never moving out of Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
I love it here.
Make it here.
You said make it here.
Sure.
I'm gonna make it. I'm making it to 100 years.
Sure.
I'm gonna be one of the last ones standing.
Yeah, you know how to move. Duck that taco.
No, I ain't ducking my taco. Just say you said it right the first time. I know how to move. I ain't ducking my taco.
You know how to move. I'm gonna give that to you. I can't find your way. You definitely know how to move.
I'm seeing what I want to be seen.
Shoot that money, man.
Ain't nobody gambling today.
Let's play cards.
You don't even play cards, bro. You won't even play cards in the county, so don't tell me to play cards.
All right. Hey, yo, your dick on my lap on phone grade.
She told you guys the holiday. What the fuck is that?
I don't suck folks' dick.
What's funny, man?
Look, you looking at it now. You could go follow her till Thursday outside. You chase this shit.
No, I'll be blocking fans.
Your ass finna go chase this shit, boy.
Well, I'll be blocking them when they say shit.
Why on 4-6 shit?
Like you right here, what's his name? King Chaos. He talking about Melly, it's your turn. I'm blocking.
Big wise. Why on 4-6 shit? On Photo Grade, you got my shit busting, boy. Every time I'm tweaking with the op.
Well, hell no, you ain't gonna be saying no YM 46 shit, man. We just cooler right now. We ain't no motherfucking YM 46
shit. Boy, you know that. Mercy, y'all don't want me on y'all side.
Man, we don't want I don't want you on my side,
dude. Me, man.
Man, I don't want you on my side.
That's why your homie don't be trying to pull an MC card, you hear me?
See, that's the thing. I can't pull an MC card, and I ain't MC.
I'm BD shit.
Now, I don't pull that card in there either. You hear that? I don't pull that card either. I'm what I am. I'm got money. I don't give a fuck about that shit.
Your ass ain't no real BD, that's what.
Man, listen, you know what they going to hear. You know what they
doing. Who you with, man?
Hey, so who was that?
I ain't with nobody, you know.
I ain't with all these lame ass niggas, man. Who is that, bro?
Nah, I ain't with nobody.
Now, from the outside looking in, people thought two people was having casual conversation on live. But little did people know, who wasn't aware of the situation, they was really enemies. And there was really blood in the streets. Now, THF, BayZoo would later speak on this live, but that wouldn't come till years later. But unfortunately, for 051 Melly, he would surely lose his life. September 1st, 2019, 051 Melly, a member of Chicago street gang 051 Young Money, was shot and killed at a house party in the Woodlawn area. It was around 2:45 a.m. inside of a residence in the 6100 block of South Street. Melly, a.k.a. Yarmel Williams, was just 27 years old, suffering from numerous gunshot wounds to the body. and was taken to the University of Chicago Medical Center, where he was pronounced deceased. May he rest in peace. I love condolences to his family. A 34-year-old woman was hit in the foot and took herself to St. Bernard Hospital, where she is listed in good condition. Police said witnesses had been uncooperative with the investigation. It was rumored that week, Melly had allegedly shot up a home of a rival Taekwondo World gang member who had his girlfriend and a baby inside. And this was allegedly retaliation. But nonetheless, everybody who was beefing with 051 Young Money started to celebrate, as well as THF. Now, fast forward a few years, Zoo, Durk, and King Von weren't just associates. They were brothers in arms. In 2014, King Von was arrested for a murder in Chicago and ended up sitting down for over 3 years. During that time, Durk and THF Zoo stayed solid. Shortly after, THF BayZoo would get arrested as well. It was for another murder. He would get arrested at Lord Durk house. But after waiting for some years behind bars, waiting to go to trial, the charges were dropped for both King Von and THF BayZoo. They came home around the same time and decided to drop music. They dropped the track titled Beat That Body with over 13 million views, I ain't counting, released 7 years ago.
Then my motherfucking partners. We gon' have speed, ain't no fucking pulling over. Pull up on.
And then they did an interview with a well-known platform called 16 Shot, over 500,000 views and counting. They talked about that experience incarcerated, how long they served, what was their plans next. Check out a clip.
No nigga come slide on no bitch or nothing like that.
Oh, no, hell no.
Y'all don't bullshit like that. All right. What about you? Can speak on your upbringing. You know how it was growing up in your hood.
Shit, roaches, rats, all types of snakes, rats, roaches.
So, what's some things you probably experienced that most people probably never went through or wouldn't know what it's like?
Same shit I had on. Good niggas go through probably, Death, jail, shit like that. That shit. Hard, motherfucker broke as hell. Just trying to get some money and shit.
True. So what's one of the craziest stories you could tell us about?
Oh no, I can't tell you no story. Let me see what story I can tell you about.
It gotta be nothing hot, just something crazy.
One time we was out of town, Steve, funny as hell. Hey, that's good.
This thing right here.
Yeah, this thing.
We can tell that story. He was growing up. When we was growing up, we used to throw rocks at cars and shit. And this man got out and started chasing. That was one crazy day right there.
Now we can't even say like what's type of See, I've been in jail before. I just did 3.5, then 4. Me and some used to be bodies and shit. Like that's the story we can tell. Like, they tried to do some bodies we ain't doing shit. We beat them with some. That's the story.
Yeah, I see you drop the song, beat the body or whatever. That's what bro right here, Zoo.
Yeah, feature to one of me and two from
Real members, man. Especially made up this shit. You know how that shit go.
So where y'all get the concept of that song from? As far as
I was real life, that's what happened.
So y'all was locked up for the same shit, different shit.
Different shit, man. Same case.
Same charges, different.
Shit. When y'all got booked for that, y'all believe y'all was coming home, or you was like, it's over with.
You gotta have it in your head, like, hey, I'm gonna get out. Everybody gotta have that. Yeah, I'm gonna get the fuck out.
You know what I'm saying? They say on your strong side, you gotta come out of this shit, man. Go out.
But in real life, that shit is looking ugly. So see they. So all of them was before us, like they was doing trial before.
So how was it in court? Like, was they trying to paint you out to be something you wasn't?
It was on my ass, and that did. White people be crazy. I ain't gonna say white people, man. Yeah, the court say that.
Fuck the critics, man. Fuck them white folk. They trying to rail us, man. They trying to rail us.
Yeah, they be trying to paint a real picture.
So what about your people on the outside though? You was talking to them, telling you coming home. Was they believing it, or the people just?
Everybody had faith or hope, like not everybody,
Yeah.
But most like the guys, some of the guys ain't, but it just looked ugly. But like if you got like Durk, he was still right? It was ugly, man. It was ugly, man. Say motherfucker come to court saying you killed him, you shot him, and did this. I got out this shit.
So what was the turning point in y'all? Well, in your case, what changed?
To the last minute, like it wasn't a turning point. Like I went to try shit. I went to hey, Mual, ask this for Mual. Tell me this, Mual. I had to go all the way through it and shit. You feel me? Like when if I go all the way through it, right? So I ain't really like I'm going to trial. I'm going to court. Where trial, that shit. I'm like 4-5 days straight. You go to court. When, and they evidence this. They saying what they got on your shit. So I had people come like, yeah, he shot me and shit. But people come like, yeah, he killed him. So it's looking ugly from the go. Like when somebody come and stand up to say, we just shot me, ugly.
So as we all know, King Von and THF BayZoo eventually signed the OTF. It was close to Lord Durk, and it only made sense. All three was home. Fast forward to February 2019, an altercation broke out outside the Varsity restaurant in Atlanta. A man was shot and robbed, and reports claim Lord Durk, King Von, and others, including Zoo, were allegedly involved. Police say they had surveillance footage showing the suspects firing from a vehicle, and a witness later identified a car that was allegedly owned to Durk, meaning it had OTF on the track hawk in Atlanta. That led to all three suspects being arrested: Von, Durk, and THF Zoo.
An Atlanta judge today, 4 months after a shooting at the Varsity. We streamed the hearing live on our WSB TV News app as it happened. And new at 5, Channel 2's Lori Wilson learned new details about how money, jewelry, and cars could all be tied in with this shooting. Lori is live downtown near the Varsity. Lori?
Jovita, rapper Lil Durk turned himself in after a shooting across the street in the parking lot of the Varsity. A detective on the stand today said the rapper, who is used to being in front of the cameras, was actually caught on cameras at the Varsity, the BP here, and other businesses that put him at the scene of the crime. Right before rapper Lil Durk turned himself into Atlanta police, he gave Channel 2 Action News investigative reporter Mark Winnie an exclusive interview.
You're about to surrender as we speak.
Yeah.
How come?
Because I have nothing to hide. Like, I have nothing to run from.
2 weeks later, Durk, whose real name is Durk Derek Banks, and his co-defendant Devontae Bennett were in court, hearing APD Detective Jeffrey Churchill lay out evidence against them.
I spoke to a witness who was there at the scene when the incident took place.
Churchill said the witness told him she was standing outside talking to Banks and Bennett in front of a cigar bar around 5 in the morning, February 5th, when they saw a fight in the car in front of them.
Mr. Banks pulled out a weapon. They hear gunfire.
Banks and Bennett sat and listened to the evidence against them as prosecutors worked to make the case that this was gang-related.
Do you know Mr. Banks to be self-admitted member of Black Disciples, criminal street gang organization?
Yes.
Prosecutors say Banks and Bennett are members of Chicago gangs, that they knew the victim, Alexander Weatherspoon, had $30,000, an expensive chain, and a nice car, and that's why he was targeted. Banks' attorneys tried to create doubt that the rapper did any shooting.
You don't see Mr. Banks shooting on the street at any time. The only time you believe he was shooting is when he was in the camouflage Jeep, correct?
That's the only time I could see him shooting.
After 2 hours in court testimony and statements by prosecutors and defense, the judge ruled there is enough evidence for the case to go to trial.
This court finds probable cause.
The judge found probable cause to move forward with all of the charges against Banks and Bennett, including criminal intent to commit murder as well as criminal gang activity. They'll be back in court in a month to ask for bond. Live downtown, Lori Wilson, Channel 2 Action News.
Now, while BayZoo's name appeared in early filings as a person of interest, his exact charges weren't made public, and his situation stayed quieter compared to others. But one thing for sure, according to the state of Georgia, he was allegedly there. Now, we spoke about this. Of course, 2 years later in 2021, King Von had unfortunately lost his life at a venue, which we also covered. I'll leave the link in the bio. And the charges were dropped against Lord Durk in this shooting. And some say the feds were trying to build up a bigger case. Maybe true, maybe not. But THF BayZoo spoke on this situation. After that interview was released, Lord Durk got arrested. Things started to look bad for OTF. Members was getting arrested for murder. OTF Duty Low was getting bucked in Atlanta and was also shot. And now fast forward to Saturday, October 25th, 2025, broad daylight. THF BayZoo and two unidentified males at around 1:30 p.m. was leaving a car part store. The same man was waiting for them to come outside. Not sure how they got their location, but as they approached the trunk, over 20 shell casings was let off. As mentioned, 3 people were shot, a 35-year-old male, a 42-year-old male, and a 39-year-old male. And 5 vehicles were struck in a crossfire. It was later reported that THF BayZoo was one of the 3 men who was shot, with the condition of his life still unknown. Until the next morning, Sunday, it was reported that THF BayZoo had lost his life. May he rest in peace and love and condolences to his family.
We have 33 going to Stroger, and then do we have anybody going to Sinai, or do you need me to send someone to Sinai?
Yeah, we can send someone to Sinai from if they're here on the scene. Just have them meet me here to follow the end if they're still on scene.
All right, well, 1023.
1060.
Go ahead.
Everyone that's on this gathering detail, they're all released and hold me down over here at the shooting on 31st and St. Louis. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much.
All right, everybody that was on the detail over at 26th Street, thanks for all your assist. 1006 boy, what color on that?
Silver.
All right, it's going to be silver.
1006 boy.
Go ahead.
The vehicle looks like it may be a Honda Accord, newer model, like 2020. And the both shooters jumped in the passenger in the rear, one in the passenger, so there possibly at least 3 heads in the car.
Okay, 10-4, 1002 Sam, do you copy that?
1031.
Mark 31, go.
I'll go with the first victim, male 142 years old, he's out for time.
All right, GSW 4 times. All right, 10-4.
They're just going to be a male one, and he's currently unconscious.
Okay, so we're going critical for him and good for the other, or critical for the first and the third, and then good for the second.
100. Second, the third one's going to be critical, and he's got left abdomen.
Okay.
106 boyfriend, boy.
06 boy, go.
So witnesses are saying that the Chevy Impala took off eastbound from 31st in St. Louis after the shooting.
All right, Chevy Impala took off eastbound from 31st in St. Louis.
So we got EMS rolling over there. It's going to be 31st in St. Louis in the Picture Park lot. It's going to be just south of 31st on St. Louis. We have 3 victims.
Okay, yeah, we know. You guys do have EMS, ambulance 34 and engine 99. They should both be pulling up. All right, 1031. Have you guys made contact? Because we're getting a call, 3250 St. Louis. There's a male shot in front.
Mark 1031. We got 3 victims over here. All male, black, between the ages of 30 and 40.
1031.
1030.
All right, the original call, my first one's going to be a person shot, 3-1 in St. Louis. Coming over, details to follow. Callers reporting 2 males in a gray Chevy Impala just shot a male.
457, main 457.
457 is going to 3250 South St. Louis.
All right. 34, I'm going to need 2 more ambulances over here if we can get 457, please. You got 3367?
Where's Rick? Kicking out. Revolutionary salute to our brother Keith Tyler for the donation to the war chest. Revolution is a way of life. Absolutely appreciate the love, soldiers. Salute.
67. 467. All right.
Fam, this story right here really heavy. Because when you look at it, THF BayZoo already lived through everything most don't make it out of. He beat a murder case, a couple. He stood next to some of the biggest names in the game. He had money, respect, and a second chance that most street dudes never get. But the truth is, freedom ain't the same as peace. When your reputation is built off fear, the streets don't let you retire. They remember every word, every move, every bullet, and every loss. Zoo came from an era where being real meant something, when loyalty was everything, and showing weakness could get you killed. But sometimes, being quote-unquote real, in that sense, becomes the very thing that trapped you in a life you tried to outgrow. Now you got people online celebrating his death and others crying, posting old pictures, saying he was solid, saying he didn't deserve it. But the sad part is, it's the same story we seen played over and over again. The same streets that raise you be the same streets that bury you. So as we close this one out, let's not just say rest in peace. Let's also learn from it. Because at the end of the day, there's only 2 outcomes to that lifestyle, as we always say, jail or death. And both of them take away more than they ever give back. Rest in peace to every victim that we talked about in this story. Love and condolences to you guys' families. The last man standing from that era that changed Chicago from hip-hop forever. At least that's what some saying. Let me know how you guys feel about
And it's some tragic news coming out of Chicago yesterday. It has just hit the internet that it's now been confirmed that legendary Chicago rapper and affiliate of Lil Durk's OTF crew, THF BayZoo, has passed away. There were reports that he had died yesterday. Apparently, he was the victim of a shooting where he was hit with rifle rounds. There was a lot of speculation on as to whether he was still alive. It was posted that he passed away. A lot of people denied it and said it wasn't true. But now I've woken up this morning and I've seen the news is apparently official. that BayZoo has passed away. This is the post on Reddit. It says, yeah, it's official, RIP BayZoo. And this is a post from Duty Low, obviously, who's another person that's very close to Durk, OTF, and all of those guys, man. And it's just really sad. It says, my BFF, my brother, my dog, taught me a lot. This one hurt whop. Man, everybody know our relationship. I got your kids for life. When I got shot, you jumped on the road, no questions. And this is just super sad, man. Look, anybody that knows my channel and anybody that knows my content, you'll know that I've covered BayZoo a lot. I've spoken about him a lot. I just did a documentary on THF not so long ago. And just it's really sad to see, you know, but at the end of the day, this is somebody who was very, you know, deeply involved in a lot of the politics in Chicago. You know, he was involved in a lot of beefs. We don't know exactly who's responsible for this right now, but it is true, and he's passed away, man. So just really sad news to hear, and I know a lot of people are going to really be hurt by this one. You know, BayZoo was a legendary rapper as well as a, you know, street figure. He had that legendary song Beat That Body with King Von, you know, all the way back in 2018. Him and King Von really started their rapping careers at the same time, and it's just so sad to see how he went out, man. So there is actually footage of the shooting. I'm not going to show you this here on YouTube, but we'll look at what some people are saying just about how this went down. It looked like he was out shopping, man. He was with some people. They were loading something up into the car, and then just a group of guys just ran up on them, man. They're just over here, and there's a bunch of shooters. They run up here, and they just...
BayZoo took an Uber to this pick-up parts AutoZone, like a little old junkyard, sitting there, hour, spotted, guy's location dropped, and that's what happened. He came here to get a part for a female's car, and it cost him his life.
They just take him out, man. And look, I'm no disrespect, but the way that this footage looks, it looks a lot like the FBG Duck murder. You know, they just a bunch of guys just run up, blitz, just shoot them all really, really quickly, and then just run away. Nobody has any time to react, and it's just so sad to see, man. Yeah, it's just messed up. The comments here, it says, damn, they definitely wanted him. That stuff is broad day. Said the man in the gray hoodie wasn't easing up. They said the dude in the black was spraying them just as soon as the gray guy was finishing them off. It says, damn, there was no way he was surviving that. Because if you see the footage, they stand over them. They shoot them a whole bunch. It's super messed up. It says, on God, he dropped after just the first 2 shots. Everything after that was just confirming the kill. So sad, man. It says, what the F? This footage is crazy as hell. I said it 1,000 times, but I'm going to say it again. It's insane how we can get instant footage of someone getting killed nowadays. People saying, yep, that shooting literally happened yesterday. The news just got out this morning that he died, and the footage is already out. Usually it's months before footage come out or something, but you know how this stuff goes. People saying, boy, what the F? They're saying the dude with the assault rifle was taking his time firing. They're saying, damn, Zoo peeped them last minute and knew it was over last second. That's what they say. It says they must have stalked him out for them to lock in on the same target like that. It wasn't even a drive-by or nothing. They clearly wanted BayZoo. It says, of course they did. Nowadays, people have to catch their ops out of their hood. People saying they were lacking hard, but it says it was bound to happen eventually. Nobody can stay on point 24/7. Someone makes a good point here. Says, unless you're out of state, staying in the rack ain't it. He should have been somewhere else. And that's why being tough isn't worth it. And you got to let stuff go. You got to prove yourself. You're going to prove yourself on somebody, then somebody's going to prove themselves on you. Life is better when it's not that serious and you can loaf without worrying about dying, man. So yeah, they're saying Zoo was lacking. It's crazy. It says being a street dude is the worst type of way to live. Just that little second you let your guard down, you lose your life. You can't even take a second to read or respond to a text outside the comfort of your own home. RIP to him and get well soon to everyone involved, man. It's super sad. So this is the post announcing that he passed away. People are saying, RIP BayZoo, didn't even make it to 40. Shake my head, is crazy. I've seen too many deaths in this drill thing, man. Him and Melly are both gone now. Saying 35 as a street dude in Chicago is still kind of old, though. Many don't make it to 20, not even 25. So he was out here for a pretty long time, even though he was locked up for many years as well. Okay, people are saying this might be Lil Durk's biggest loss since D-Thang. Out of all the other affiliates who passed after Zoo was the main connection to THF, it's no telling where it will go now. And that's a really good point, because obviously we're seeing all of this beef between THF and, you know, Lil Zay Osama's team. You've got these guys, BVC, 6300. There's all this stuff going on with them. And then obviously they got the main beef with 63rd, you know, with the Gangster Disciples, with the, you know, with the guys from St. Lawrence, FBG Duck, all of these guys, bro. So there's actually so many people that could have been responsible for this. It's hard to even know what's going on. Okay, people saying RIP Zoo, it's crazy. Had anyone said the big homies of the O Block and THF will be taken down within months of the same year, we wouldn't have believed them. RIP Duke too. As far as whoever did it, even if they're playing wait and see for now, we all know damn well with these sets, you don't take a face like Zoo and not eventually brag about it and let it be known that it was their work. It will be known sooner or later. Stuff is about to get real ugly. People are saying, I'm sure THF knows who already did it. No doubt they've already talked to them. They be calling each other. And that's crazy because these guys do really be calling their ops, man. There's that legendary FaceTime or IG Live where you see BayZoo on the phone with 051 Melly. If you don't know, one of the most deadly people from the other side. And that's what I'm saying. There's so many different crews that would have wanted to have something to do with this. Could have been 051. You know, it could have been STL. Could have been BVC. Could have been a whole other situation. Who knows? Could have been internal beef. Because now we're hearing about Lil Durk having beef with all these guys inside the set. It's going to be I don't know. It won't be a mystery for long, but right now there's so many people that could have done this. People saying, damn, a real big dog. I thought he survived the rack when he moved to ATL. Durk got them dudes was straight back to their old, Durk got caught and them dudes went straight back to their old ways. People saying that's because the money and connections slowed up. Durk had them around all type of motion when he was out. People saying Domo, Duke, and Zoo this year. This is sickening. I can't imagine Lil Durk's mental health right now in that cell. RIP. Okay. Saying, I got your kids for life. Crazy and sad thing with how things usually go with these Chicago street dudes. Doody Low has a high chance of getting killed from gun violence or being in jail for a long time in the future as well. I remember Muwop saying something very similar when King Von died. AKA, I got your kids for the first few months until bruh. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. We're not doing that in this video, okay? SN, I know Smirk must be going through it. If he already knows, his mental health must be in pits, man. So, yeah, it's super sad. There's been a few responses. This is a member from THF. This is THF Rome. People are saying that he must be so numb to this death. It says, this is the streets. This is how it go. It's a revolving door. You take some, you lose some. Yeah, it's a real member, but unfortunately, this is a revolving door. So take heed of that. Zoowop for life. So he's basically saying somebody's going to get hurt over this and that the next person's going to check out soon. He said, I mean, keeping it real. It's not a movie or a video game. If you're going to play in the streets, street stuff going to happen. Says Zoo is a real face. Stuff is going to go up about him. Shit, crazy, man. I wish dudes could see there's more to life than in these streets. Okay, it says seeing everything and doing everything in the streets from a young age can definitely break somebody, man. It's sad. So what's interesting, this is another clip that's going around, funnily enough. Okay, this is a resurfaced clip of BayZoo speaking where he basically says, look, I don't even want people crying for me at my funeral. Look at this.
Yeah, they say like 33, folks. I'm dying for the trenches, man. They know this.
He said, I'm dying for the trenches. They know it already, man. So he knew what was up.
That's how it go. Live by the gun, die by the gun. For sure. I know that already.
He said he already knows. Just live by the gun, die by the gun.
I ain't ducking shit. Whatever you got coming to you. I swear to God, I heard. Don't be sad. I heard a lot of y'all ass, but my son, I know what's coming to me. Y'all.
He said, I know what's coming to me. I know what comes with this, man. He's not
scared.
Get there.
It was a game.
You just say stop incriminating yourself. I ain't got to hear shit. Bitch, I ain't saying no names. I heard a lot of you bitch ass niggas. You know that. They know that.
He said, I hurt a lot of you guys. They know that. So he knows he's... You see the video I did about THF, man. He's connected to 3 murders, okay? So he's saying, I did a lot of stuff to you guys. We know what he did. And, you know, this is what comes with it. It's very unfortunate. But he was really deep in this gang war, man. You know, there's no two ways about it.
I don't know about that. Tell him prove it. Tell him prove it. I know what's coming. Live by the gun, die by the gun. Tell him don't be so tell him don't feel sorry for you. I swear to God, I'm sick of the grease. Huh? Huh? Say what? What you say, my boy? I said, tell him so don't be sad for you, right? You lived your life. You did what you did. You gotta accept it. I don't want no motherfucker crying for me, bro. Don't cry at my funeral. So a motherfucker paint your dreads red, something. Don't cry. On God, get wild. I need 20 for 1, you hear me?
So he said, look, I don't want anyone crying for me at my funeral. I want them to go wild. I need 20 for 1. So he's saying if he dies, they're going to kill 20 people over him. And he said, don't even cry at my funeral, man. It's crazy. But the power of the tongue is mighty, man. You know, I don't want to say he spoke this to existence because really he was born into this, man. He was born into this life. You know, he really didn't have a choice. And that's what's so unfortunate about it. People are saying, here we go with all the BayZoo and Melly lives. People are going to be posting these all day. Watching dudes get sentimental over killers talking about killing should be a psychological study. That's what they're saying, man. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. So apparently Tay600 actually found out about the news while he was live on stream. So let's see what he
Damn.
Damn, what the fuck, fool? What the fuck, bro? Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, never. What the fuck?
Man, it's just so sad, man. You know, I know there wasn't too much to that reaction, but I feel like we all felt the same. You know, I was out for dinner last night with DJ Academics, man, and you know, we just got the news that BayZoo passed away, and we was at the table, man. It was a really sad feeling. You know, we was all looking at the news and looking at the updates and just trying to get to the bottom of this thing, man. At that time, it still wasn't fully confirmed. We didn't know if it was true, but it really affected us, man. You know, Remo and Academics have both had sit downs with BayZoo. You know, we was talking about, you know, they were telling me about what he was like as a person. They said he was a real cool dude. You know, Remo was talking about how he, you know, he really got one of the most legendary BayZoo interviews. Like, this is a guy that doesn't really do interviews. Obviously, there's that legendary link up with all the OTF members and Academics. BayZoo did his thing on No Jumper. That's a legendary interview, man. And, you know, all the people that have crossed paths with him just said that he was a very cool, humble dude. And he even had good things to say about me, man. You know, he was somebody that, you know, unlike some other people, he kind of appreciated what these documentaries were all about. You know, he appreciated the attention and you know, the notoriety that I was giving him and his friends. And he touched on it in his No Jumper interview, and he said that he said that he was cool. He kind of rocked with what I'm doing, and you know, I really appreciate that. He was always somebody that I looked at as like, he a real street guy that's got a real history, but he understands the game, he understands the media, he understands this social media, you know, this space when it comes to being a music, being an artist, promoting yourself. And he really had a lot of good looks as far as pushing his career forward and people putting him on and people respecting him. And I always thought he was a dope rapper, man. Like, Beat That Body was hard. He got a couple hard songs in his catalog, you know, and it's just really sad to see this. But, you know, clearly it's not surprising. Even he knew, you know, even he said that this is how he's going to go out. So rest in peace to BayZoo, man. It's a really sad story. It's definitely not the type of thing that, you know, I'm happy about hearing. And yeah, it sounds like there's going to be a whole lot going on after this. So I just really hope that, you know, at some point, man, the violence can simmer down. But right now, even BayZoo said it himself, man. He said damn near 20 people are going to die if they get him. So we're going to see what happens, man. I'll keep you guys updated. It's been so sad to see. A lot of people have been really heartbroken over this story. A lot of people I've known, a lot of people in person. I've been at Complex Con. A lot of people that knew BayZoo in person are saying how hurt they are over what happened. But I've got an update for you guys today, and it seems like, look, in regular Chicago fashion, people are already seemingly claiming the hit. People are already bragging and boasting about what happened to BayZoo, and there's already a bunch of theories about what was really, like, who was really behind this. So look, I'm going to lay out a few of these theories from Chiracology this morning, all right? And you guys can tell me what you think of this, because it seems like, once again, as always, man, the self-snitching has just gone to another new level, okay? Because everybody's saying they already know what's going on, all right? They're saying, look, this post is going around. They're saying THF BayZoo's killer surfacing. They got this guy in the Nike Tech fit. It's a gray Nike Tech. Hey, Nike Tech's got a few people jammed up, man. You got to be careful wearing those on camera. But they're saying this is THF BayZoo's killer. People are saying, you know how many people got that tech? They're saying everybody's got that tech. People are saying that's Lil Sam, I think. Okay. So people been trying to work out who it is. and they're saying that it's Lil Sam. Okay, the reason they're saying it's Lil Sam is because there is another post going around where somebody, okay, they're saying this is Lil Sam, basically said it straight. I'm just gonna play you the clip. You tell me what you think's going on in this clip, man. You're gonna see what's going on.
Stop posting man on my shit, man. Man, man. Where you at? Where you at?
I'm on my way.
So he's showing off a whole bunch of money and saying, where he at? Where he at? And people are saying, this money, where'd he get this money from? People saying in the comments, they saying you killed Zoo on Reddit. The zoo closed today.
I'm on my way. I'm on my way.
I'm a leader. I've been running up this paper. I don't be there. Think I'm cheating. I'm a soldier. Can't go home until this mission get complete. You know I love you.
How you coming?
Hey, get some woods out of here.
I'm on my way, sir.
Big body pain, nigga.
He's saying get some woods out here, man. They're trying to roll something up in the backwoods. It's definitely crazy, okay? And they're saying in all these comments it's wild. They're saying you killed Zoo on Reddit. Okay, it reminds you of that THF Little Law song, man. He said, murder detectives, they're trying to say you did that shit on Reddit. And that's really going on in real life right now with the same set, right? They're saying dude got the same fit on. It ain't no way. He got the Nike Tech on in the video with the money, okay? That's really not good look. Right, they're saying he possibly killed a dude, hopped on live in the same fit, and flexed the bounty money he overly cooked already. They're saying he getting picked up soon for sure. Okay, they're saying, yeah, that's bro's payment right there. They're saying these dudes must be slow as hell. All hundreds, that's definitely his payment. Then people saying payment from who? They beefing Zay and them now. They was dissing Lil Scoom too. So they're saying this gang's actually beefing with Lil Zay Osama. It can't have been Lil Zay Osama. Apparently, man, they're saying that was the bounty money right there. They're saying, dude, look paranoid as hell. I ain't going to cap. His heart's probably running 1,000 miles an hour. It's just, is he really wearing the same outfit still? LOL, man, my people in the wreck, we never let the police work. Phonum got the same fit on, posting that new chicken. It's overly sad, man. Next phone, I'm going to be talking about who's snitching. And Lil Sam jumped on live right after Zoo was shot. I recorded it. There were only 24 people in the live. This was almost 24 hours ago by the look of it. He's in OT. So I do believe other members did it, but BVC is responsible, man. That's what they're saying. Okay. People saying, I know where that's at in Vegas. I got you, Zoo. All right. If he in Vegas, man, I'm fine. A couple people in Vegas right now. I ain't going to lie. He says, LMAO, I'm crying. No way dudes are this dumb. The dude in the Durk case did the exact same thing after he killed Stephon Mack. Saying all the y'all be police comments are funny. Nah, dude. This dumb dude flexing evidence of stuff. And dumb dudes are the dumb dudes for real. If you're flexing a body on social media, you deserve the federal belt, right? Says, I can't believe he would do some stupid stuff like this. Ain't no way he go live after that in the same Nike Tech. I refuse to believe somebody could be this stupid. They're saying in this comments, he's stupid, right? They're saying he's about to be a corpse if he doesn't tuck himself in somewhere. People ain't playing on this one, but people are saying that wasn't Lil Sam who did it, though. His ass was OT. And typical Chirac stuff, man. Do a hit, get flown to Cali, collect payment in the same fit, and then go on live all day in the exact same fit, man. They saying that's the Chicago starter pack. It's crazy. Now, a lot of people have been saying on Reddit, they just can't believe how sloppy Zoo was moving in the streets. I mean, he was one of the most famous and one of the most hated and wanted Chicago drill members in this generation, man. And it's crazy that he was just out here shopping in this parking lot, not looking around, and these guys all just ran up on him from a distance, and he ain't even see it coming, man. They're saying Zoo been in this thing way too long to know to keep that head out from that phone outside. Like, look how far them dudes came running from. It ain't like they popped out from in between cars. He's supposed to see those dudes running from deep like that. Real stuff. People saying it's easy to say that through a screen when you're watching a video, but realistically, a dude like him got to get lucky to make it home every day, but you only got to slip up once for this to happen, man. They're saying, had just one of them been on point, this would have been a shootout, possibly with a different outcome. They said, I wonder how they got the drop. They're saying someone had to spot him at that car shop. It's the only way. They're saying, man, it was just his time. You can't expect nobody to have their guard up every millisecond of the day, every day. It's just impossible. Only way he could have avoided this is leaving Chicago altogether, man. That's actually crazy, man. And there's been a reactions coming out from a lot of people that were close to BayZoo and even just people that crossed paths with him over the years. This is Prince Dre from O Block. showing his condolences to THF BayZoo. It says the real outstanding ones, the real ones shine. Kings don't show emotion. This comes with wins and losses. And that's a picture of BayZoo with King Von. They got the crown on the ape and the lion there. Okay, so they showing love to BayZoo. Even Pooh Shiesty, who had clearly spent a lot of time around Durk, they had their hit song Back in Blood kind of all around the time when all this was going on, just before King Von passed away, man. So he was clearly tapped in with BayZoo, Von, and Durk and all the OTF. He responded and he posted a picture of himself with BayZoo along with some music there that kind of reflects the situation, man. And they're saying Zoo was really respected in the rap game. People really love BayZoo. Another legendary Chicago figure who responded was obviously No Limit Cairo. He made a post about the situation. He posted him up. He said, "I love you, bro. Get your rest. You outlived a lot of dudes and a whole lot of stuff, man." And they're saying family first. He's posting hella pictures with BayZoo, man. He got it's looking like the Welsh World jacket, man. So I know Cairo going through it, man. He just lost J-Dog and now Zoo. People are saying, will NLMB even be riding for Zoo? Apparently they got blood ties between THF and NLMB. People are saying probably not until Cairo gets out. He's still locked up right now, man. So he's in a tight situation. But not everyone was happy, man. Not everyone had positive things to say. We got people from St. Lawrence Street, Eberhard Street, STL, EBT. They were dissing, man. Look, his little P said BayZoo needed glasses. He ain't see them coming, man. He was saying, ain't this the dude that went on camera crying, saying King Von killed my friends? Apparently that's the same guy, man. They're saying Lil P has 50 plus dead friends. His own hood be clowning him, but hey, he's celebrating today, man. It's unfortunate. Now, what I thought was really interesting about this situation, right, is this has kind of been such a high profile hit. This has actually kind of gone beyond the confines of Chiracology and the Chicago drill world, okay? This has even been posted in the Mafia subreddit, right? And the way that they're talking about this story, I'm not going to lie, it's kind of crazy. It says a highly regarded and respected monster belonging to the THF family, all right, the THF crime family, technically it'd be the TH family, but anyway, was gunned down in Chicago yesterday. It's been at least 5 murders tied to this ongoing dispute with their rivals. This war looks to have no end in sight. So they're really reporting on this like THF BayZoo was Al Capone or something. And, you know what I mean? They know about the 5 murders. They know about the watches. It's crazy, right? People are saying, look, why take a chance? At least that's the way I feel about it, all right? They're saying they're definitely not professionals who did this hit, all right? They're saying he was highly regarded and respected. They're saying, what is the THF family? And people are breaking it all down. They're breaking down the history of the Trigger Happy family, man. But they're talking about them like they're the real crime family, man. They're talking about them like they're the Colombo family. It's crazy. They're saying the Chiracology sub is going off about it, but most of the comments are not particularly enlightening, okay? So, yeah, they're saying it's one of Lil Durk's main shooters. They're saying, what's this got to do with Mafia? People are saying, well, La Cosa Nostra is quiet and boring these days. So these street gangs are the ones that provide entertainment for these folks in Mafia, man, in the r/Mafia subreddit. It's all entertainment for them, man, but this is a real situation. Now, a lot of people have been speculating and saying, yeah, this really was about Zay Osama's stolen watches. People saying, how did 2 stolen watches turn into all of this? People saying it's the principle. People die of respect all the time in the trenches. They're saying ego. Zay more than likely felt disrespected and played when them watches came up missing and they didn't want to give them back. Said certain dudes not going for that stealing stuff. Nobody's denying that this is what it was about. Saying that's the rules. Zoo was supposed to discipline them dudes or give Zay the green light with no repercussions if he couldn't get it back. They was under Zoo's leadership and that was on his rep. And they're saying it was poor leadership. This shouldn't have even been allowed to happen. I don't know about poor leadership, but this definitely shouldn't have been allowed to happen. And some people are taking Zay's side. They're saying Zay's kind of justified in everything that's happened. People said, I feel like everything Zay is doing is justified. They're saying any dude who disagrees with Zay needs to get off of his Durk and Zoo's D. He was saying, obviously it is. If we're being real, Zoo himself has himself to blame. He was supposed to be the leader and the big homie, but he was letting his members run around sliming Durk's artists. Lack of leadership and lack of structure caused everything that followed. It says they're going to disagree with this just because of who posted it. Okay. So there's a few throwback clips of BayZoo that are going around now that I'm going to show you as well. There's an old clip of him on No Jumper kind of discussing, the streets and pushing peace and, being prepared for death and all that kind of stuff. And there's just a lot of really chilling moments that are now resurfacing now that, we've seen how everything played out, man.
All the real niggas either dead or gone, bro. Like our city just fucked up now, bro. Just pay attention to the social media thing. Like we finna speak on that topic with the pushing peace shit, because I'm with whatever my people with, you know what I'm saying? I never condone and none of that shit, like all the senseless killing that's going on in my city, the little kids getting killed, the women getting killed, you know what I'm saying? I know I'm one of the major influences that corrupted my city's own man, trying to help bring this motherfucker back, bro. Fuck who don't like, fuck who ain't with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, the shit they got going on with Ruger, J-Man, you know what I'm saying? All the fans ask me every time I go live, why you don't get on the phone with them? Why you don't? Look, I never interacted with them in no type of fashion or form. My voice could be my voice on my own time, long if I'm with the cause. I'm with whatever they with, but I ain't got to get on the phone with them. I ain't got to blood like them. Never been my caliber of niggas to talk to. Like trying to make it a still BD GD situation and say a motherfucker blackball. Like if you pushing this shit, bro, push this shit completely. Don't be flies. Don't front for no internet because money involved. Don't stunt to the world like this. How you come? You feel me? Like I'm more a type of a nigga. I'm taking sacrifices. You feel me? I get off the band. I pull up on niggas block. What's up? What we doing? We a tour or we squashing this shit?
So look, he was basically saying he wants to help the community, man. He really does stand on the pushing peace. And I've seen all type of videos going around of him kind of not defending the ops, but basically telling people, yo, chill out on the disrespecting the dead and, you know, all of the negative stuff, man. And people saying, rest in peace, brother. We have the watch. God damn it, man. That's ridiculous. Yeah, it's sad, man. There's old footage of THF, BayZoo, and King Von, Lil Durk all sliding together, circulating too, man. And I think this one just really makes you realize just how sad it is. That's King Von in the back there on the left. That's a very young-looking Von in 2018, just after he got out. BayZoo in the cut, and then Lil Durk in the back too, man. And it's just so sad to see, man. This was really a golden age, man. You know, a lot of these guys, man, wish they could go back to this time. They probably didn't realize how good they had it back then, man. It was this was really a golden era. A lot of the best music, you know, a lot of the most success was had in the music industry during this time. And he got Durk and Von riding in the back like some kids. He was saying they both fresh off them bodies, man. Beat that body. So yeah, both BayZoo and King Von, certified body beaters, man. They had that song "Beat That Body" that was really classic. Another clip that's going around now as well is THF BayZoo after having a fight inside prison. And they're saying he speed ran the post-fight interview. Look at this. This is now just resurfaced.
All right, Sergeant Hines, start number 3280. It's October 31st, 2017, approximately 16:35 hours. I'm here with
Kalia.
You have first. Hold on. You have a call. Okay. You're messing me up now. First name? ID number?
2014-1107-215.
All right, Mr. Collier, you're involved in an incident up here on 3 Frank earlier today. Care to give me details on that incident?
I wasn't involved with the incident.
Okay. Do you have any injuries as a result of this incident?
None at all.
Do you want to request protective custody as a result of this incident? You want to press charges against anybody?
No, sir.
You going to sign a complaint refusal form?
I refuse.
Saying you don't want to press charges against anyone?
Exactly.
Okay, you're going to sign one?
Yep.
Okay, did you receive medical attention?
Yep.
Okay, did you sign a refusal for medical attention?
Yep.
Anything else you want to add to this video before end recording?
None at all.
Sergeant Hines, 3280, ending recording.
So he said, hell no, I ain't telling, I ain't talking, I ain't signing nothing, man. I ain't signing nothing. So yeah, BayZoo really a solid one, man. That's what everybody's saying. You know, he was just notorious, man. He definitely ain't trying to write no statement about nothing, man. Now look, there's more links going on. I'm going to keep track of everything. Okay, this is just a quick update. But the last thing I want to leave you with is kind of crazy. Okay, and we just got to address this head on because I'm not ducking any fades. But they're saying it's my fault now. They're saying it's all my fault for what happened. Okay, it's so funny, man. They want to. You can't even blame the ops. You can't blame the people involved. You can't blame the rival gang. No, it's all Ross's fault. Making a video, they're saying, you think Trapler Ross's video about 051 and THF got Zoo killed, or Didi's lawyer's argument saying that Durk sent group chats to Booney Mo, Didi, and Zoo, the prosecutorial witnesses will testify, got him, or Zay's beef? People are speculating what it was, man. They throwing out all of the theories, apart from just the most obvious one that BayZoo was just one of the most famous people and they've been trying to catch him for 10 plus years. They're saying for Durk's part, Didi's lawyer's defense motions are frying Durk by saying Didi was just in the chats, and Booney replied, and Didi being in them doesn't mean he was involved, and then quoted Who Wants Smoke? Slide for Von, they be trolling me, and that Von's death was a personal vendetta for Durk from public pressure and not Didi, and that Durk was behind the May 2022 shooting at a Savannah gas station, quoting time spent. This murder stuff ain't new to us. It must be new to them. They plotting to take Big Bro. We're going to take 2 of them. And this was before when Slutty hadn't died yet. All of that dissing in them songs got your brother killed. Not even $1 million can change the way your mother feel. And later in the song, he said, Shorty set me up at the gas station. And if it was, that's my fault because I was too busy ass chasing. They're saying, how can a British guy get a chief smoked? Zoo was in the streets. That's what happens in the streets. You think they was thinking about TLR when they were shooting Zoo? Ain't no way. Okay, that's a load of cap. They're saying, implying that the witnesses for Durk saying to slide on O Block, Zoo is in both chats, and the confidential witness could only really be with him with the Richo screenshot. did it without you. He says, I sent money to Richo, just check receipts, and I gave you cars, and you made them your personal ones. And in the chats, he said he gave O-Block cars to Slide, and they didn't. Okay. I think there's, some people kind of like interpreting this as they was trying to say that maybe Durk would have been irresponsible because BayZoo might have been on the case. Ain't no way BayZoo was talking. Ain't no way BayZoo was a liability in the case. So we're going to stop that right there. Okay. I really think that there's still a number of people that could have done this. People are saying BVC might be responsible and it's all over Zay Osama's watches. I still feel like that's a little bit far-fetched. And let's not forget the fact that THF BayZoo was notorious in the streets. His name was associated with 3 different bodies. Okay. Really, if anyone had the biggest motive for taking out BayZoo, it's probably 051. Right, that was really the beef that was the most active. That was the beef that BayZoo was most involved in. But it could still be any number of people, man. It could be anyone from STL, EBT, the GDs over on 63rd. They kind of, they were down for a minute in this gang war, and then before you know it, O-Block, THF, anyone affiliated with Durk, man, it's been a bad year. BayZoo, Durk. It's been tough, man. It's been tragic. So look, I'll keep you guys updated, man. I'm going to keep an eye on Reddit today. Okay, I'm about to be driving back from Vegas. It's going to be a long drive. I'll keep track of all the links, all the latest news. I'll be back with some updates, man. But I might take a little day off soon because I'm a little bit tired. You know what I'm saying? I've been getting pressed left, right, and center. And I'm about to film some crazy content. It's going to take me a little
Man, it seems like ever since Lil Durk has been locked up in the feds, his closest friends have been left out in the streets, exposed, getting shot left and right. Now, the latest example apparently ending in tragedy. We got some absolutely crazy news coming out of the west side of Chicago, where Durk's right-hand man, THF BayZoo, was reportedly shot and killed in a broad day ambush.
Out of Little Village, 3 men are in the hospital after a shooting. This happened around 3 this afternoon near 31st and St. Louis.
Apparently, at first, reports were coming out of the city that Zoo was still alive after apparently taking multiple rifle rounds to the chest. However, judging by the fact that this morning, many of his closest friends have been posting tributes, it seems like THF BayZoo is officially dead. This is coming off a well-known THF member just last year getting gunned down in an area pretty far from their home, also in the west side of Chicago. As always, this shooting has come with much speculation, but it's hard not to see the blatant gang war happening in front of our eyes between 2 groups that have been very vocal online. THF's apparent most vocal op, Lil Zay Osama, has publicly implied that he's been putting belt to ass on THF after a well-documented incident of him getting his watches stolen by this gang.
2 watches got stolen, about 5 lives got took. Y'all, how y'all ass wearing red again?
Okay, they gonna wear, yeah, no, this time they gonna wear black. We're gonna turn their ass to red.
While bodies have been dropped on THF's side, he recently lost a friend on this ongoing gang war, which has many people believing that it is directly connected to the shooting that took out THF BayZoo. It also doesn't help that in his No Jumper interview recently and on IG, he was pretty much implying that 10 bodies were dropped on him getting new watches for that whole incident. So today we got to get into the crazy gang war that could be responsible for the shooting right now. But before we get into it, I'm going to need you to like, comment, subscribe. We're going to get into this video right now. Hit that notification bell and make sure you tap into the merch link in the description at staysafeworld.com and hit that hype button, man. We're going to get into it right now with chapter 1. Let's go. Several gangs within the South Side are known to have been beefing for years. This most recent war, though, is taking a life of its own, showing how people will literally crash out and die after threatening people on IG like it's nothing. This death is like the latest on the chain of death and violence that's been going on for months. But to even understand how things got to this point, you got to start from the jump and understand the web of gang alliances that has people really willing to murk someone in a constant tick for tat. THF BayZoo is a member of THF, aka Trigger Happy Family, a hybrid gang out of the Woodlawn area on the south side of Chicago, mainly from 46th to Woodlawn and 44th and Wells. They're mostly made up of Black Disciples and Mickey Cobras. The 46th set is predominantly BD and has strong historical ties to other sets like O Block, 600, and 300 Lamron, where he has gotten close ties and is basically the right-hand man of Lil Durk. This tight connection also extends to 600. Unfortunately, their close ties plays an extreme role in exactly how he might have gotten murked because of an ongoing situation with another gang in the area and another artist by the name of Lil Zay Osama. Lil Zay Osama is also from the South Side, but repping 6300. However, he has close ties to Lil Durk after being signed to OTF while Lil Durk was still free. Unfortunately, there was a crazy incident that happened several years ago where his watches were stolen in a high-profile incident right before Lil Zay Osama went to jail for a switch that many people tie directly into a beef that caused a war between both 600 and THF versus Lil Zay Osama, which we're going to get into in this next chapter, chapter 2. There was a point when all of these sides were cool. However, everything took a turn for the worse when a video shoot apparently went wrong. Lil Zay Osama would actually go into detail in a No Jumper interview talking about an incident where he had a video shoot and invited a bunch of people from a group chat that were associated with OTF. That somehow got him associated with people from THF who pulled up. Apparently, somewhere in the night while he was sleeping, members of THF stole his watches, and that caused a whole domino effect with bodies dropping on both sides.
The situation with the watches, right? I'm about to bring that up with your shit, right? Yeah. All right, so look, they be saying that some THF niggas took your shit, and then they took one of your homies' watches and shit, and that's why you kind of fell out with OTF. I never fell out with OTF. You get what I'm saying? This was the situation. The situation was we had an OTF chat, like where we all talking shit. A group chat. Yeah, where we pull up the video, each other video shoots and all this extra shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I hit the chat. I'm like, pull up to the video shoot. I'm in the rack. You feel me? Motherfucker, pull up to the video shoot. But like I'm telling you, it was niggas in this group chat outside of OTF, like these other different blocks. So 2 niggas from down there, pulled up to the video shoot. I never had no problem with them, no bad vibes with them. So they come to the video shoot, we kicking it. Video shoot over, I leave. I go to my hotel room. Mind you, I get off the liquor, I'm drunk as now. You feel me? I'm in the hotel room, I go in the room, I fall asleep. You know what I'm saying? Every night I take my watches off before I take my chains off. You feel what I'm saying? Because I always take my watches off and put on the table because I be sleeping like this, or I use my hands to sleep. You feel me? So I took my watches off, both of them, and put them on the front room table. You feel me? I wake up the next morning, bro, like 7 in the morning, bro. My shit gone, you hear me? Now I'm thinking back on last night. They came in the room and wake me up. Cause we was buying something from them too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So bro, I get them the money for the shit while I'm kind of like sleep. You know what I'm saying? I get them the money and I fall back to sleep. I wake up, the shit gone from in the front room off the table. I'm flipping the whole room, trying to see where everything at. Mind you, my cameraman was here and my homie was here. Yeah. You feel me? But them niggas was so slick. Bro, them didn't even see them take it off the table. You get what I'm saying? Bro, them probably thinking I still got my watches on or something. So now I'm calling these niggas. They merching on every dead homie in the book that they didn't take it. They didn't got it. They don't know what I'm talking about. I need to check my homies. They probably still, I said, bro, none of my homies would ever play with me, bro. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Ever. So now these niggas telling Smirk and them like, oh, we ain't got to merchant on all they dead homies. You know what I'm saying? When you merch on your dead homies, you got to be for real.
So directly after this interview, he would basically go on live multiple times talking about how bodies were dropped after this incident. And he would actually go on live with his homie, which we're going to talk about later, Lil Deuce, saying that they were paint any person red that had to do with this whole incident.
Y'all ass wearing red again.
Fuck it, they gonna wear, yeah, nah, this time they gonna wear black. We gonna turn their ass to red.
Today is a new nigga outside coming out of snitch. So what that make y'all? The rest of you is snitches too. You hear me? Facts. I'm out the way. Making music, getting money, just signed my new deal. But look though, this was before the deal. I swear to God. 2 watches got stole. About 5 lives got took.
Well, unfortunately, there would be multiple bodies that many people now realize could have been exactly connected to this whole incident. And we're going to get into it into the next chapter because there would be some crazy high profile incidents and killings on both sides. Let's get into it in chapter 3. In 2024, a tragic video would go viral of another THF member named THFTP getting gunned down in front of his wife and daughter, also in the west side of Chicago. On the night of Wednesday, February 7th, 2024, at approximately 6:41 p.m., Chicago PD would swiftly respond to a shot spotter alert and distress calls reporting a person shot at the intersection of Madison and Long on the west side. Upon arrival, law enforcement discovered Terrence, aka 30-year-old Chicago rapper THFTP, lying on the ground, having sustained at least 7 gunshot wounds to the torso. Urgently, he was transported to Loyola Hospital, where medical efforts proved futile and he was pronounced deceased. Since then, video footage basically came out of people pulling up to him while he was holding his daughter's school project, and he was unfortunately switched down in a crazy incident. Well, just later in the timeline, Lil Zay Osama would be talking about bodies that dropped for his watches. People would look back at that incident and think that he had something to do with it. Although it looked like they were definitely putting BTA on a bunch of people associated with those who stole his watches, retaliation would come back in the form of a shooting literally just a couple weeks ago with his homie, which has many people thinking that Lil Zay Osama was sacrificing his own members, you see, because Lil Zay Osama is not in Chicago right now. He's in LA, but other people who are around him are the ones that are unfortunately going to get caught up in this gang violence. And that's exactly what people thought when the shooting of DMG Lil Deuce. If you don't know, DMG Lil Deuce was the homie that he was on live with saying that they were going to paint the city red. Unfortunately, he was gunned down in a separate incident just a couple weeks ago that we actually covered on this channel, which is the latest retaliation. And that has many people believing that it could resulted in the incident that happened just yesterday, which we're going to get into in chapter 4. Let's get into it.
Little village. 3 men are in the hospital after a shooting. This happened around 3 this afternoon near 31st and St. Louis. Police say those victims were standing in a parking lot when a car drove up and someone inside started firing. One of the men was taken to the hospital in critical condition. The other 2 are expected to survive. So far, no one is in custody.
Apparently, rumors are going around yesterday that THF BayZoo pulled up to the west side to an auto store to do some car repair. 3 men were in the parking lot at about 3 p.m. Saturday in the 3100 block of South St. Louis Avenue, one of which was him, when someone in a car pulled up and an occupant fired shots, police said. 1 man was in critical condition. That was THF BayZoo, and apparently he died. The other 2 men are apparently in stable condition. The 35-year-old man, aka THF BayZoo, was shot multiple times in the torso and taken in critical condition to Mount Sinai Hospital. There were reports that shells behind left evidence of rifle rounds, which many people showed that was not a good sign. And unfortunately, it looks like it was a terrible sign because he was not able to make it, with many condolences posters basically being put out. Man, this is a very sad scenario, and it kind of reminds me exactly of the THF TP situation because it's in an area that isn't in the South Side. So I guess people think that it's all good to just be out and about because they don't have beef. But if you're anywhere within the city of Chicago right now and you're associated with these people, or really in any game, your head is literally has money on it, and you have to be careful at every single moment. And those moments that you are just loafing, just trying to fix your car and stuff like that, someone could just drive by and be like ready to just take you out. It's a very unfortunate situation. He's leaving behind a kid and a wife and stuff like that. But it just shows if you're even associated, the only people that are still around right now that are still like, 600 members and posted up, or just members that were in the original drill scene, are all like out of the city. Everyone else is either dead or in jail. Or just look at Durk. He was out of the city and is currently in jail. And ever since that he's been in jail, it seems like everyone around him has slowly either been caught up in the system or gotten gunned down too, man. But hey, let me know in the comments what y'all think about the situation.
saying there's more to the story, right? What's that word, gang? So they saying there's more to the story, right? Let me get to it. So GR, you know what I'm saying, Ariana, she died a few hours ago in Chicago, you know what I'm saying, on 76 and Vincent. And she was shot in front of her child, bro. It's crazy, right? And she an inspiring rapper. She got that song with All the Smoke. So, you know, people all in the comments like, well, she wanted all the smoke, you know what I'm saying? But it's just crazy, bro, in front of her kid. But it was also a rumor circling the past hour saying that she got dropped because she the one who set up Zoo and dropped his low. Now, people from 757, because remember I told you that's supposed to be 757 BA baby mama, and she got ties to she's 300, they saying, right? But the people from 757 is saying she set up Zoo. They says females be thinking they can do this shit kind of stuff, walk on earth. Don't come on my page spreading no damn lies. So is y'all gonna see right there, say don't come on my page spreading no damn lies. So they definitely denying it. You know, I don't know where that rumor came from, but y'all know how them guys on Reddit, y'all know how them guys be in Sharkology, man. They be doing any investigations. So but y'all get in the comments and y'all let me know what y'all think, man. It's Steph for the Cloud Chaser. Gang. Yo, what's the word, man? We got some news to report when it comes down to G.R.E. She's a rapper out of Chicago. It's on the screen right now. But basically, she was shot and killed today, man, in Chicago, gang. You know what I'm saying? They saying that she was actually shot in front of her child, which is crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? And just one of them situations is like, damn. You know what I'm saying? People dying left and right now. You know what I'm saying? Females getting hit too, so it's crazy, bro. But in front of her child, though, that's what's wild. That's what a lot of people are outraged right now. And from the looks of it, looking at this picture, looked like she was in traffic. You know what I'm saying? Right there on 76 and Van Zandt. And you know, shit, somebody must have got up on that car and shit started firing. But yeah, man, she was just shot and killed just a couple of hours ago. You know, she got that song "Want All the Smoke," and that song actually decent. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go stream that. Hopefully, shit, our daughter can get some of that money from that video or something, bro. That shit, wow, man. But she was an inspiring rapper. She didn't have many songs out. I think I seen like a couple of them. You know what I'm saying? But that "Want All the Smoke," that was the one that they said that was gonna go. You feel me? And yeah, man. They also said that that 757 BM, 757 BABM. I don't know if that's true or not, but y'all get in the comments and let me know. Man, it's just crazy, bro. In front of your child, though, bro. Damn. And I believe it was her daughter. You know what I'm saying? So it's just wild. It's just wild, man. The crazy situation, man. So we just reported on BayZoo losing his life. Yes, day before yesterday, but he died yesterday. You know, apparently they took him off life support on his way to a par store or something like that. And they were saying that something about an Uber. Uber took him there. So it looked like it was a crowd, you know what I'm saying, that they sprayed into the video that we seen that was surfacing on social media yesterday. I think I posted a little couple of clips of it, you know what I'm saying, not too graphic. But yeah, man, you got to put the guns down. I'm with FYB J Main on that one. You know what I'm saying? J Main say put them guns down. Start that peace movement, man. That's the way to go. Because right now it's just looking ugly, man. It's getting ugly, you know? But you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man, what this person has done or but I know one thing though, in front of the kid, that's crazy. Y'all get in the comments.
What down, family? It's your boy SCN TV coming back at y'all with another Chirac Street Legends. It's gonna be a reloaded episode about none other than THF BayZoo, aka Big Boss Zoo.
It's October 31st, 2017, approximately 16:35 hours. I'm here with
Collier.
Yeah, first, hold on. You have a okay. You're messing me up now. First name? ID number?
2014-11-07-215.
Mr. Collier, you're involved in an incident up here on 3 Frank earlier today. Care to give me details on that incident?
I wasn't involved with the incident.
Okay. Do you have any injuries as a result of this incident?
None at all.
Do you want to request protective custody as a result of this incident? You want to press charges against anybody?
No, sir.
You going to sign a complaint refusal form?
I refuse.
Saying you don't want to press charges against anyone?
Exactly.
Okay, you're going to sign one?
Yep.
Okay, did you receive medical attention?
Yep.
Okay, did you sign a refusal for medical attention?
Yep.
Anything else you want to add to this video before I end recording?
None at all.
Chicago got a way of raising legends and burying them in the same breath. Where names don't get remembered, they get etched in the concrete and whispered through alleyways. And on 46 and Woodlawn, a place stitched into the heart of the low end, there was a name that held weight, not because the internet said so, not because of records, but because of presence. Devontae Collier, Zoo, Big Boss BayZoo, THF, formerly known as Trigger Happy Family, now known as the Handler Family, a brotherhood, a bond, a blood oath tucked into the bricks of the South Side. Some people are born into the world. Zoo was born into the life.
What? We going where?
To jail.
Oh, for what?
What my shade say?
Why we going to jail? Wop, don't say nothing like that.
I don't know. Off camera, it's going down. I promise you. Before I let them up and give me their ass going, I'm blowing them up right to Jesus.
46 and Woodlawn ain't a place where childhood lasts long. It's where kids grow into protectors, strategists, survivors, just to see the next sunrise. Zoo didn't learn loyalty from a textbook. He learned it from faces, from who stood next to him when the block was quiet and when the block was chaotic. Trigger Happy Family wasn't just a set. It was home, identity, duty. Zoo grew up absorbing the code. Don't fold, don't switch, don't break. And the city took note. Because you can tell when someone is cut different. And in Chicago, you don't just choose a reputation. The streets decided for you. Zoo's name didn't come from rumors or rap lyrics. It came from how he moved. Quiet when quiet meant strength, and loud when loud meant survival. Some people just be outside. But Zoo was present, a force. Someone the neighborhood felt before they said his name. As THF's identity grew, Zoo grew with it. And soon, he wasn't just a part of the Trigger Happy Family. He was the face of it.
Atlantic gang, I'm a big GDK, 06, 59th, man. Photo grade. Y'all know what it is. Leron shit. Whatever it is, gang. All gang members. If you're affiliated with them members, this is the fuck it is. Then long live D-Roy, long live D-Thing, long live J-Money, Nooski, LA. Free all the gang members, man. Photo grade.
In 2013, Zoo was charged in the murder of Dominic Barnes. The kind of case that don't just test your freedom. It tests your character, your history, your alliances, your silence. Courtrooms in Chicago don't just decide guilt. They decide legacy. And when Zoo beat the murder charge, the city understood something. This wasn't no regular dude. He walked out that courtroom with a new gravity to his name. Respect tightened. Circles got smaller. Eyes got sharper.
That's what the fuck you doing it too for kids? No, I got booked with a pipe. 2013, my arm official. I got booked before they put the body on me. I bonded out there.
Zoo wasn't famous because of Durk. Durk wasn't famous because of Zoo. They was brothers in experience, in trauma, in survival, and understanding the cost. To Lil Durk, to Booker, to Banks, to the OTF circle, Zoo was family. Not industry, not convenience, but family. The kind one you don't gotta say, I got you. It's just known. When Zoo finally stepped into rap, he didn't rap to impress. He rapped to document. His verses weren't entertainment. They were echoes of what the pavement had already witnessed. Being respected come with blessings and targets. When your name heavy, you don't move regular no more. The world feels smaller. The stakes feel higher. The nights feel longer.
Coming though, man. Niggas say I'm out here in the trenches, tank top on. You don't have to put the tank on for their ass, you know? Guess that tank top wearing off, huh, bitch? Broke ass niggas. I don't even pop it like this. I ain't popping enough, you hear me? I ain't ducking shit but the feds and death, you hear me? You know what the fuck going on, man?
Yeah, they say like 33, so I'm down for the trenches, man. They know.
That's the crazy part. He was just flexing all that bread, about $200,000-$300,000, but you died at a pick'em part, trying to get the cheapest part you can get for this girl's. Well, you could have just ordered her a new part from your house like a boss. You didn't, and you took an Uber over there. See, a lot of this shit is all smoke and mirror and illusion, bro.
Oh, this. That's how it go. Live by the gun, die by the gun. For sure. I know that already. I ain't ducking shit. Whatever you got coming to you. I swear to God, don't be sad. I heard a lot of y'all ass, but my son, I know what's coming to me. Y'all just gotta get there. Did you just say stop incriminating yourself? I ain't got to say nothing. Bitch, I ain't saying no names. I heard a lot of you know that. They know that. I don't know about that. Tell them prove it. Tell them prove it. I know what's coming. Live by the gun, die by the gun. Tell them don't be so tell them don't feel sorry for you. I swear to God, I'm slicker than the grease. Huh? Huh? Say what? What you say? What you say, my boy? I said, tell them so don't be sad for you, right? You live your life. You did what you did. You gotta accept it. I don't want no motherfucker crying for me, bro. Don't cry at my funeral. So a motherfucker paint your dreads red, something. Don't cry. On God, get wild. I need 20 for one, yeah?
And on October 25th, 2025, on 31st in St. Louis and Little Village, at a Pick Your Part auto yard, a place where cars go to be stripped for pieces, became the place where a life was stripped from a city. No celebration, no satisfaction, just loss. Heavy, quiet, breaking.
Because I was telling everybody that THF BayZoo was shot and killed at 4.
It looked like he died. Looked like he checked. You know, this is crazy.
BayZoo was getting the part for his girl car, not paying attention. And I'm thinking, because he wasn't in his ops neighborhood or nowhere near the south side, he felt a little more comfortable, not thinking that anything would happen. He was so unaware that his shooters walked up from about 50 yards away, and he never even saw him coming. One ran up shooting with a 9mm. The other one ran up shooting with a Draco. BayZoo would end up dying on the scene, but they revived him at the hospital. His complications came from his blood transfusion. His body wouldn't accept it. Eventually, his family ended up pulling the plug.
The original call, my first one's going to be a person shot, 3-1 in St. Louis. Coming over details to follow. Callers reporting 2 males in a gray Chevy Impala just shot a male.
Ego is a motherfucker, bro. BayZoo knew he was not supposed to be out there at no pick'em part place, broad daylight. Can't get caught slipping by yourself. He knew that. He knew the life he chose, but he couldn't tell his girl, man, I can't go out there like that. He couldn't tell his girl, oh, I can't be over there. He didn't, you know, that make him feel like a sucker that cost him his life. But at the same time, she should have knew better than to ask that man to risk his motherfucking life for a part for her car. She should have knew what type of nigga she was fucking with. Well, nah, baby can't be out there like that. Baby, give me the money. Let me go get it. You see what I'm saying? This situation was dirty both ways around. He didn't want to be a man and say, nah, I can't go do that. And she wasn't a real girlfriend or woman to him to say, baby, I got that. Don't risk your life. Cost him his life.
My computer wants to work. Fire, you do have fire en route, and I'm getting a call at 30th and Pulaski for 15 shots fired.
What happened was, Zay Osama goes to sleep one night. He leaves his watches in the front. Fast forward, he lays his watches, he sets his watches in the front. He said, wasn't nobody in there at the time. So he, you know, ain't think nothing about it. Motherfuckers he trusts in there. He go in the back, he go to sleep. He wake up, his watch is gone. He confront THF about it. THF said they ain't had nothing to do with the watches, you know? He confronts them about the watches. They boom, say they ain't got the watches, woo. So it come down to it, they got the watches. Zay tell them like, hey man, just go and get the watches back, gang. Like, look, man, we know y'all got the watches, woo. They ain't going, they ain't giving the watches back. But they also ain't trying to make it look like we took the watches either. TP ends up getting killed. When TP gets killed, this is what starts everything, right?
All these people killed.
TP gets killed.
Stealing watches.
After TP gets killed, Man gets killed from BVC. Man was allegedly one of the guys that was actually on the hit. He was one of the shooters, the tallest shooter that was out there. After my man gets killed, remember, my man ain't really hurt DMG because my man's BVC, who's actually into it with DMG now. But at the time, they was cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn, niggas be cool doing hits one day and then tomorrow we doing hits on each other.
Coming together.
Like, shit is just one big shit show. I don't get it. But anyway, my man gets killed. That don't affect DMG. Scoon gets killed. That hit the hard. That hurt the hard. Scoon was a big face over there. They all loved little Scoon, man. Big Scoon. They all loved that guy. They loved that guy. Scoon was damn near their mascot, man. Scoon was like their mascot, man. He was like, when you think about DMG or DMWG or whatever you want to call it, you gonna think about Scoon. And that's from like 63rd to what, 72nd or some shit like that? Even BTBG, they love Scoon. Y'all not only allegedly did Scoon, G Baby got up there and made a whole song about Scoon. This didn't sit well with them boys at all. So we heard big folks basically saying like, hey, yeah, we just gonna keep on doing what we doing. Catching them boys out of bounds. Catching them boys out of bounds.
And Chicago felt it. THF felt it. OTF felt it. Southside felt it. Anyone who ever loved somebody that these streets didn't allow to grow old felt it. One thing about Zoo, he didn't live to be an old man, but he lived a longer life than a lot. Zoo didn't die unknown. He didn't die unremembered. He didn't die unnoticed. He lived full, loved hard, stood solid, and left impact. And I think that what we can learn is this. Chicago don't just take lives. It take futures. It take laughter. It takes stories that deserve more chapters. If you listening to this right now, understand something. Being real don't mean being gone. Strength don't gotta mean suffering. Loyalty don't gotta cost your life. If you got a chance to grow, grow. If you got a chance to lead, lead. If you got a chance to live, live. Zoo story heavy, but it ain't wasted. Cause his name gonna live in every heart he touched, every memory shared, and every lesson understood. Rest in peace, Big Boss BayZoo, Chirac Street Legend. This has been another episode of Chirac Street Legends. It's your boy, SNTV. I'm out.
It's a no-say zone, or if we could just talk to the alderman, like, man, look, man, I can't promise you stop no wars, but I can promise you in this community, everybody that we dealing with in this community, could just stop the violence so the kids come out and play. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. That's what type of time I'm on. Like, I won't do it like that. I don't care to be stop squashing nobody else's beef.
Incident. One of Chicago's most notorious gang figures, Lil Durk's right-hand man and a chief within THF 46, one of the city's most infamous and violent gangs, has been gunned down in broad daylight. In this video, We're going to break down what happened, what led up to it, and everything we know so far. First of all, for you to understand just how big this incident is, I need to briefly explain who Zoo was and what he was allegedly known for in the streets. Born in 1990, Zoo was 2 years older than Lil Durk and grew up on the low end as a member of THF 46. Early on, he became best friends with Bruh from THF/O Block, who himself is known as a straight menace. In June 2009, Zoo and Bruh allegedly caught a body together after killing So Big from Dirty Low/Touch Money. Zoo was later arrested and charged for that murder in 2014, but he ended up beating the case. The same year King Von beat his own body, which led to Zoo dropping the track Beat Dat Body alongside King Von. In June 2011, he allegedly killed Zoe from Met Boys, yet again with his right-hand man, Bruh. Fast forward to mid-November 2013, BayZoo allegedly killed a female gangster known as Big A from 051 Young Money, who were sworn enemies of THF 46. Her brother, Argo from 051 Young Money, later cooperated with police, allegedly telling them that Zoo had called him and said, "I whacked her big ass." Because of his alleged work and reputation in the streets, Zoo quickly rose through the ranks and eventually became the chief of THF 46. After beating his murder charge in 2017, Zoo was rumored to have been involved in the May 2018 killing of Mubba Crump from Snow Block, allegedly with Lil Steve from Lamron. Zoo had a long and complicated history with Crump. They were originally friends, but after the fallout between OTF and Mubba, they became enemies. Crump then aligned himself with Zoo's biggest rival, Melly from 051 Young Money, who later appeared with Zoo in the infamous livestream conversation. Zoo eventually got signed to OTF and transitioned into a rapper, but he was always first and foremost seen as a gangster. He was deeply connected. He knew practically every main member and major rapper in, and outside, the Chicago drill scene. And that's only a fraction of his story. But now you understand the type of figure we're talking about. Zoo is regarded as a stand-up, big homie and a real force in the streets. What happened was that BayZoo was gunned down around 3 p.m. on Saturday in a parking lot located in the 3100 block of South St. Louis Avenue, according to ABC 7 Eyewitness News. Zoo, 35, was standing in the lot with two other men, ages 39 and 42, when an armed suspect pulled up in an unknown vehicle and opened fire. ABC 7 reports that BayZoo was struck multiple times and rushed to Mount Sinai Hospital in critical condition. The 39-year-old man was shot in the back, while the 42-year-old sustained gunshot wounds to the back, arms, and hip. Both of them were listed in fair condition at Mount Sinai. However, tragically, shortly after being transported to the hospital, BayZoo was pronounced dead. His life could not be saved. There is no one in custody yet. The incident is still under investigation. There is a surveillance video that came out very quickly after the murder which very clearly shows what actually happened, and it matches pretty much exactly how the media described it. It is extremely graphic, which means I can't show it here on YouTube, but I will try to describe it in as much detail as possible. The footage is only a few seconds long, but the first thing you immediately see are 6 individuals in the parking lot. 2 people are standing next to a car with the hood open, appearing to be doing some kind of work. Another person is on the other side behind a small fence, also seemingly working. Then, there are 2 more people walking across the parking lot with a small cart carrying luggage. Just behind them comes BayZoo walking. BayZoo appears to be completely lacking carefulness and awareness of his surroundings at this moment, holding his phone in his right hand with his face looking down at him. He doesn't notice at all that 2 men, one dressed in gray and one dressed in black, are running toward him, one armed with some type of rifle and the other with a handgun of unknown brand. You can immediately tell that they have BayZoo locked in as their target as they run toward him. BayZoo turns around, but he barely has time to blink before the shots rain down on him. He doesn't even have time to react or flee and is immediately sprayed with bullets. The gray-clad man with the rifle focuses primarily on BayZoo and even stays a few seconds longer to continue shooting at him while he is lying on the ground, while the man dressed in black fires at the 2 witnesses walking across the lot. Little Village is a neighborhood in South Lawndale, which is a community area on the west side of Chicago. There are no known THF-related blocks near where he was murdered, which may also explain why he wasn't as careful. However, this is still Chicago, and it's still the west side, an area where THF-46 are active and involved in ongoing wars. BVC allegedly killed TP from THF in February 2024, and just a month later THF retaliated by killing Monmon from BVC in March, and followed by allegedly killing Lil Deuce in September 2025. Because this murder happened out west, it is very possible that BVC, or their allies, were involved in the killing of THF's late leader, BayZoo. If that turns out to be true, this war is likely to escalate dramatically. THF is an extremely violent gang that is known for winning most of their wars, including the one with 051 Young Money. The question now is whether they are a match for the West Side Sets, who are also known for being very violent, constantly retaliating, and never letting go or giving up. BayZoo, the entire OTF camp, and Lil Durk himself are closely connected with several people out west. Durk has rapped his whole career about having hitters on the west side. He is also cousins with Cello Gang Smiley from TTU/Cali Mob, who BayZoo was very close to. Another group that is being talked about a lot in connection to this situation is BTBG. And, to give myself a little credit, I was actually the first one to reveal that it was BTBG/BVC who allegedly killed THF DP last year. But why is THF even into it with BTBG/BVC in the first place? This whole thing reportedly started last year because of THF Omerta and Lil Law, who went on tour with Lil Zay and OTF. While on tour, they allegedly stole Lil Zay's watches and later trolled him for it, which made Lil Zay see red. It's believed that this incident is what led to TP being killed, although I personally think there might be more behind it, possibly a shooting or another murder that hasn't been made public. Lil Zay has spoken about this in interviews. Lil Zay has mocked DP multiple times and has even dissed Zoo after his death, calling him his favorite op. Clearly, there is a lot of bad blood in this very young conflict, and it's unclear who fully escalated it. What is known is that THF allegedly started it when they took Zay's watches, but whether BTBG/BVC escalated it from there by murdering TP in front of his children or if something else happened before that remains unknown. However, as I mentioned, for such a young conflict, the amount of bloodshed has already been extremely high, with allegedly 2 bodies on each side. First TP, then Man from BVC, then Lil Deuce from DMGFBC, and now BayZoo from THF. These are not small names either, and with every murder, the situation seems to escalate further, especially now that the leader of one of the gangs has been killed, and neither side appears to be backing down. It will be very interesting, and likely very dangerous, to see where this war goes and how it ends, if it ever does. In all the hysteria surrounding THF's conflict out west, many people forget that there is still a possibility that one of THF's older ops could be behind the murder, even if it's not particularly likely. A lot of dissing is going on right now on Instagram more than ever before, but that alone doesn't necessarily prove anything. Personally, I don't think it's very likely that 051 was behind the murder, but the possibility still exists. My opinion is that it was BTBG/BVC and that they followed him to the scene and then murdered him. Another very interesting thing to follow will be whether those responsible actually get caught. After a murder like this, it's also interesting to see which friends of BayZoo's opposition are paid homage to. As you all know, when a high-ranking member with rumored bodies under his belt dies, these rumors are often confirmed when friends honor their name on social media in connection with their killer's death. So far, I've seen 2 names honored in connection with Zoo's death. Big A from 051 Young Money and Mubba Crump from Snowblock. BayZoo hasn't just been dissed after his murder, he has also received an incredible amount of love from all corners. Everyone from his closest friends, like Duty Low, to major artists such as 21 Savage, has paid tribute to him. With that said, rest in peace BayZoo from THF 46. His full story will be released soon.
Cool fit. Follow me.